Hello everyone, welcome to JQH Arena. Alan Vaughn here with Brett Johnston. He's looking alright with his jacket on here, looking alright.
Look good, feel good, play good.
There's no doubt about it. Man, so here we are at JQH Arena. We just watched the last game of 12 Tournament of Champions games.
Man, I don't know about you, but I'm face melted right now. It's been, I'm going to have an incredible basketball hangover when I wake up in the morning, and it's just been another great weekend. Every year they just do this, and it's, especially to cap it off, Milton White Station was such a great championship game. It's just always a fun thing to be around and be a part of.
Let's be honest, there were a few duds, a few bad games, and what were some of the ones that kind of stuck out in your mind?
Well, I think, aside from what you said, I mean, there were several games that, you know, ended up a little lopsided. I think there were some matchups that just didn't land well that otherwise, when you look at it on paper, could have been good games. But I mean, the championship game aside, you've got to thank the Kickapoo's point in the opening night against United Faith was just a great game as well. Brody Winger just balled out of his mind.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that you're going to take away from this, that Kickapoo needs to take away, is how good Winger was, because he plays well locally.
Sure.
But you could really see that AAU type of, I don't know, this jive come out of him that made him kind of rise up to this elite level. Sure. And you got to think that's where all this D1 hype is coming from, and he basically showed it and helped carry Kickapoo to that big win.
Right.
Which they needed badly. Everyone's talking about they didn't have a statement win. That was it. Everyone that's in this tournament gets better. It doesn't matter if you finish in 8th or anything. And I think that we need to make this clear for everyone who wasn't here. There was definitely a top tier, a middle tier, and a lower tier. And I think that the top 3 teams were head and shoulders better than anyone else, being with Milton, White Station, and Christ the King. Can't be 3 teams in the championship game. Christ the King much better than the rest of the field, even though they finished 3rd, because they tasted Kickapoo, who had played well with the rest of that kind of lower tier.
5 minutes, 8 seconds to go. Dorial Green fouls out.
Right.
Close game. At that point, thinking to myself, this is over.
It was a close game, like a 3-point game at that point.
It was a 3-point game, and all of a sudden, it's Sade's shoulders. He demands the ball, brings it up every time, takes over. That performance propelled him into the all-tournament team.
So balanced that they've got 4 guys that are going to play high level Division I basketball, and it's hard to really pick one. Someone like Joe Jackson,
And none of them are seniors.
none of them are seniors, but
3 juniors and a sophomore.
that's pretty incredible. And then when you take someone like Joe Jackson, he is the MVP of the tournament, no doubt the best player in the tournament.
Fab Melo stretch last night. 7 straight possessions. It's the same dunk.
Two hand behind the head a little bit.
Right. He cocks it back. The rest of his body is stiff as a board, but he pulls the entire standard.
Yeah, personally, I was waiting for him to bring the whole thing down and to watch Mark Fisher freak out. Or Konzo Martin or anyone on the Missouri State staff to just be like, what are we going to do now? In 26 years now of these, and great moments like that. Maybe one of the best championship games in a long time.
Sure.
Because it was close, big runs on both sides, and superstars all around.
Absolutely.
Anything else you got to wrap it up here?
Kat, the only other thing is just for us, as far as tag goes, it was just a great experience. I would think for us getting to talk to all the players and kind of see their perspective on what they think of Springfield.
I love the crowd. I love the crowd. That's amazing. That's an amazing environment, amazing atmosphere.
We had came into the town and everybody was telling us like they heard about us and stuff, and we were just kind of like, it's kind of weird because we never been up here before.
Sure.
I mean, we just expected a lot of competition, and we just had to have a lot of fun and wins.
When I saw snow from the first time, I went and grabbed it and made a snowball and I threw in my coat. That was pretty fun.
What did he do? What was his reaction? Did he see it coming at all?
No, it was funny. He knows I like to joke all the time.
Way too cold for me. But heading to Indiana next year, I got to get used to it.
When I get here, I see a lot of good players, big players, and I thought that it was going to be a great tournament.
You got anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, for Brett Johnson, Alan Vaughn, thanks for logging on. Tag SGF.com. Big ups to Chris DeRozier from behind the camera. See you next time. Thanks.